Hi everybody, Jake here for FM Scout. Now what if I told you guys today we're going to be bringing you a midfield wonderkid who can be signed from the Swedish divisions for under a couple £1 million, who goes on to easily be one of the greatest midfielders of his footballing generation. I think it's one that you're all going to want to stick around to see, so that being said, let's get right into it. Hello everyone, Jake here for FM Scout, and as I mentioned in the intro, today we're going to be bringing you an amazing wonderkid who can be signed for super cheap, and if you watch the whole video and figure out what we do with him to get him to a certain level, I genuinely think he can be one of the greatest midfielders of his generation, and he proves that in today's video. Before we get started with the video though, I'm just going to do something that I don't usually do and start off by talking about my channel, which you can find linked in the description, only because we've just started a new series. It's a Wolfsburg series. We're going to try and win the Champions League with Wolfsburg, so if you want to get on board, the first episode only came out a day or so ago, so if you want to check it out, get on board, see what you think of it, that would be awesome. And of course, with this video today, if you could smash the like button, it really does help in pushing it out to as many people as possible. Subscribe to FM Scout as we try and hit 130,000 subscribers by the end of the year. And with that being said, let's get looking into this amazing wonderkid. Don't forget to rate him in the comments out of 10 when you see him, but let's see what you think of him. So, as mentioned, this wonderkid can be found in the Swedish leagues, in the Swedish divisions. So if we go into the first division of Sweden and we look for Hammarby IF in their ranks, you will find a player that's been linked with many big teams in real life too, and that is Wonderkid Swedberg. Looking at him, you're probably thinking that is a very nice wonderkid, but trust me, he's going to look so much better very soon. So as you can see, he is a big part of Hammarby's first team, already a squad player at 17 years of age, and well, I think by far and away the best part about him is the fact that he starts with a model citizen personality. This is the best personality you can get, and it will mean that he's got a very good chance of reaching whatever potential he has in your save. I'm going to drop his potential range in the bottom left of your screen right now. Look away if you don't want to see it, but as you can see, bottom end you're getting a very good player for a couple £1 million. Top end you're getting one of the world's best midfielders, and what I love about this guy is he has pretty much 0 weak points. I know you might look at him and say 8 tackling or whatever, but he's 17 years of age. As a central midfielder, he can play pretty much any role because he's got an amazing base set of attributes. Everything is at a pretty decent level. Whilst he isn't a specialist in a single area, he's not the world's best passer, he's not the quickest, he's not the best mentally or anything like that. What it does mean is you can kind of pick what role you want him to play in your system and begin developing him and developing his attributes through training so he can mould into the perfect player for that role. So Wonderkid Swedberg at 17 is already a top draw player. What we're going to do is we're going to move him over to Liverpool and we're going to use him as a Mazzala. So I'll show you the tactic that we're going to use on him, the training and all that good stuff. And in today's video, you're not just being treated to the usual Jake Wonderkid Superstar 5-year simulation. This time it's going to go way above 10 years and you can just see what an amazing player Wonderkid becomes. So that being said, let's knock him over to Liverpool and see what he looks like in that team. Here we go, we are Liverpool, and of course, as mentioned, we are putting him in our system, which is Liverpool's 4-3-3 Gegenpress system, and I've put a Mazzala on attack in the midfield here. So he's not going to get as many goals as a striker, not as many assists as a winger or a creative midfielder, but I think this role will have a nice mix of both, a fair amount of goals and assists, and I'm really excited to see what he can do as we simulate the seasons, forcing him to play, particularly in these early years of development with that model citizen personality. I think his attributes are going to fly up. After signing him for 2 million, his value has shot up to around £30 million now if we were to sell him on as Liverpool. As you can see, he's already played a few times for Hammarby last year, probably as a 16-17 year old. So he's got plenty of potential. Born in 2004, makes me feel a little bit sick, but you know, this guy is going to be absolutely awesome. In terms of his development and his training, we are focusing, of course, in that Mazzala role, and I'm focusing on the shooting because, like I say, he hasn't got too many weak points, but if you want to train him for a certain area, you can really mould him to be that kind of player, and I think the biggest thing that he lacked as a Mazzala was the finishing, so I'm working on getting that up, and of course, that'll raise his technique too. He's being mentored by some of Liverpool's best mental talents, and with that being said, you've seen him at 17, we're now going to simulate 3 years to see how he's getting on at the age of 20, how good has he become for Liverpool. And let me tell you guys, you're in for something special in this episode. He does absolutely awesome in terms of numbers, so let's go and look at him in 3 years time. Okay everybody, here we are 3 years in the future with this Liverpool side where we have brought Wonderkid over to, and the Swede has done very well for our side. After 3 years here, he's about 20 years old and he already has the most assists in a season for our club. Here you go. the 20-year-old Swede has developed into a top draw player, and he's still got plenty of room to improve and grow. As you can see here, his attributes are only going to look better as the years go on. He's got some nice player traits now as well, still a model citizen, still 6'1", but his physicals have increased all around, which is awesome. His mentals have started to go up a lot too, with great composure, anticipation, decision making. That determination has gone up as well, and pretty much every attribute that was needed for that Mazzala on attack role has started to develop into a very, very good attribute, which, like I say, really goes to show that you can kind of mould him into whatever midfield player you want. The game was actually suggesting for most of the time that we should use him as a playmaker, which is fair enough. He'd definitely do a good job there. I just wanted to put him in that Mazzala role. And yeah, his technicals are great as well. He's a good shooter, good dribbler, good at crossing, good first touch, good long shots, good passing, good technique. I mean, very, very good technique, to be honest. And he's now an important player at Liverpool, and he's only going to get better. But let's just show you how he's been performing in game, just so you know he's not just one of them players that has amazing attributes and that's it. Because of some of his hidden mental attributes and how good his attributes are in game, he can really dominate in the match engine from the off. I mean, 13 goals and 12 assists in that first season. Yes, he is with a Liverpool team that are going to do pretty well, but to hit these kind of numbers in the Premier League, it's pretty impressive. 7.22 average match rating overall. The next year, he added an extra 3 goals to his tally, and yeah, did even better with a 7.40. This year, he's gone back down to pretty much his first year level, but a little bit better. And yeah, I mean, there's nothing to complain about there at all. 25 goal contributions in one season. The next one, he's got 28 goal contributions, and then 22 in the season after. That's already 60 plus goal contributions in 3 seasons with Liverpool, which is amazing. And like I say, he's only going to get better and better. Now, I've got him after 3 years here, but I am conscious that you guys won't want to see every single interval jump. Being 20 years old now, you're kind of seeing him just before he's reaching his peak, so I think we'll simulate now until he's in his prime years as a midfielder, getting towards 30 years old, and you can see what his attributes have become and how great of a player Williat Swedberg has been for Liverpool over the years. Okay everyone, here we are. Another 8 or 9 years has passed since you last saw Williat in our side, and he has gone from strength to strength. Now a 29-year-old player, his attributes have got to the point where they've hit like a stale barrier. They're not going to get much better than this, and as the years go on, of course, they'll start to decrease. But at 29, he's already had 92 appearances for the Swedish national team, scoring 13 goals for them. But in that Mazzala role where we've been using him with Liverpool, he's absolutely been killing it. Physically, he's became a top draw player, no faults in his game at all physically, and yeah, you wouldn't complain looking at those attributes for a midfield player. Player traits are also very good, still a model citizen, a world-class midfielder. He's a Liverpool icon now and is truly one of world football's global superstars, so you can tell what a player Williat has become. Mentally, he's top draw. You're not going to see many players better than this, and then technically, again, he's knocking it out the park. He can mark players, he can take long shots, he's a good crosser, a good dribbler, a good shooter, good first touch, really good long shots, amazing technique, great passing, really nice vision. What more do you want from a player in your midfield? Like, this is Steven Gerrard reborn for Liverpool here. Maybe not as good of a tackler, but I mean, he's doing like Frank Lampard numbers in the midfield. Maybe he's like the perfect combination of both players. I don't know. And speaking of numbers, what an absolute wonder this guy is. Bear in mind, you can sign him for under £2 million, guys. Like, when you approach to sign him at the start of your save, £2 million might even be considered too much, and you can easily get him for 1 million, 1.5 if you negotiate it right. Of course, that depends on what his potential range is when you load up a save, but I can't see, even in the worst case scenario, you'd ever have to pay more than £4 million for Williat. Wow. And to pay that much money and just have this kind of performance is absolutely insane. We spoke after 3 seasons about how he was contributing goals and assists. He's done that for the last 10 years here at Liverpool, even in most recent seasons, hitting 21 goals, 22 goals, 20 goals, becoming one of the league's top goal scorers from central midfield. Definitely Frank Lampard-esque here. Yes, he started to lose out on the amount of assists that he's getting, but these numbers are absolutely crazy. Never dropping below a 7, never dropping below a 7.2 either, even getting as high as a 7.6 near enough in this season here, most recently with Liverpool. Oh my god, it's just insane. If we take away the games that he's played for Hammarby, he's played about 450 games here in his time at Liverpool, and in that time he's hit 177 goals and 137 assists. That's only in the league as well, remember. If we look at the best season that he had in terms of goal scoring, he actually hit 28 in all competitions with 12 assists. He's been just completely dominating and ripping up the Premier League for years. He's won many awards, which we'll look at in a second, but you can't complain with this kind of output. 30 goal contributions a season from midfield, anywhere between 20 and 30. £2 million. sign him up every day if he is in your save. You've got to go for him. He's on track right now, I think, to possibly be my first. He'll be at least a 9 out of 10, maybe a 10. We're going to have a look at what awards he's got first, which I had kind of looked at after a couple of years and he was doing quite well. But competition-wise, as you can see, Premier League, Super League, Champions League, FA Cup, Carabao Cup's in there somewhere as well. He's pretty much done everything that you could do in his time here at Liverpool. Nothing with Sweden really, but you know, that's to be expected. But if we go to his individual awards, the Ballon d'Or, Willeott Swedberg won the Ballon d'Or in that year that he had a couple of seasons ago. Oh wow. Dusan Vlahovic, if you can get him, by the way, sign him up because he's apparently won the Ballon d'Or a few times for Liverpool as well. Wow, Willeott Swedberg, what an absolute wonder. I didn't realise he'd win the Ballon d'Or, but he's named in every single team of the year, named Player of the Year, named Best Men's Player. If we keep going down, he's got Ballon d'Or runners-up, he's got plenty of medals. Team of the Year is always considered one of the best midfielders in the world. He's got Golden Boot runners-up awards. I think he even got a Golden Boot in one of his seasons. And if we go to them early years, when you guys will probably be using him, because the chances are you probably won't do 10 years in your save, but pretty much straight away off the bat, he's getting Swedish Player of the Year. I think Golden Boy was in there as well. Yes, it was. FIFA Under 21 Men's Best Player for 4 years running. £2 million, guys, remember we paid for him. £2 million. And this shows you all competitions as well here. At the age of 21, he's playing 60 times, scoring 38 goals with 19 assists. The season before that, these numbers are genuinely incredible. If Liverpool are ever in a Champions League run or they play in a Club World Cup, it seems Willeott takes it as a chance to just get his numbers up to a super high level. I didn't think he'd won all this stuff. I think he's going to be a 10. I think he's genuinely my first 10 out of 10 just because, yes, his attributes are nice. He's got a great personality in-game. Then you've also got the fact that he's super cheap, so he's a bargain. And then his in-game performance is also unreal. I think he's a must sign in pretty much any save if you've got him loaded. Try and get him in. You can loan him out, you can use him straight away, you can develop him in your youth team. Either way, you're not going to stop this guy breaking into your first team no matter what club you are. He is top draw and one of my favourite players so far in FM22. Like the video if you did enjoy. Let me know what you thought of him in the comments down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. And feel free to check out my channel linked in the description and see the new Wolfsburg save that we've got going over there. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.